Hello students, let's read the problem and it says, what is the range of the quadratic function below? So I'm looking for range, right? So what comes to your mind when we see the word range? Hopefully y, right? Because y-axis or y-coordinate has to do with range. So I do have a function given to us, right? Now, how can I find the range from that one? Well, one of the things you can do is you can either graph it, okay? But one of the most important things that you for sure needs to do is actually find the axis of symmetry. Because remember, the axis of symmetry is the one that's going to help you to find the vertex. And the vertex is the one that actually decides if that's going to be your minimum or your maximum point. And that affects the range. So this is the formula that we use for the axis of symmetry. In case you haven't memorized it, that's totally fine. Okay, so I'm going to say x equals negative b, it's negative 4 over 2 times a, which is 1. So basically I'm choosing the points or these numbers from that function that you have. Okay, so if I work it out, I get 4 over 2, which is the same as x equals to 2. So I know what my x value is. Now that's not it, that's only the x value for the vertex. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to evaluate my function with x equals to a positive 2. Okay, so let's do it. So I'm going to write it down. Anywhere where you see an x, we're going to replace it with a 2. Okay, and we're going to work it out. So we have f of 2 equals 2 to the second power is 4, minus 4 times 2 is 8, plus 9. So f of 2, it's equals to 5, right? So what does that mean? Well, it means that my vertex has a point or coordinates of 2 and 5. Okay? Now, what do you notice about the function? Is it a positive or a negative function? It's positive, right? So if it's positive, I know for sure it's going to look like a U. Is that right? So keep that in mind because now that's very important for us so that I don't need to go and actually find points. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to do like a little sketch of my graph over here, right? So I know that my point needs to be 2 and 5. Okay? So the first point I'm going to find it's 2 comma 5. So let's suppose that this is my 2 and this is my 5. So this is my vertex right there. And I know what you're thinking, but what about the rest, miss? Well, remember that we talked about what kind of function was this, positive or negative? Okay, so if it's a positive function, that means that I don't know how wide or how thin, how narrow it's going to be, but I do know for sure it's going to look something like this, like a U. Is that right? Now, how is that going to help me? Well, because now I can think about building the fence. So the fence that I'm going to build will be right through the 5. And on the top, I cannot actually draw a fence, right? I cannot build a fence. So what's the least number that I'm going to be using? A positive 5. Since I'm looking for the y values, then I'm looking for all the values that are higher or greater than 5. Is that right? They can be equal, but they need to go higher than that, not lower than a 5. How do I know that I'm including the 5? Because remember that this point is my vertex. So if that point is the vertex, then that 5 needs to be included. Okay? So if you look at the answer choices, now we can find something that says greater than or equals to a positive 5. Not less than, right? Greater than or equals to a positive 5. So the answer for this is letter D.